Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another exciting episode of Trigger Warning Radio. I am your host, the Kaiju Conservative. Going to be a quick one today, folks, because I'm once again recording a podcast in my car after the day job and using my new microphone. Actually, I really like the sound on this. It's really cool. But anyway, back to the train of thought that I was going to start. So, a couple of days ago, I went ahead and posted a video making fun of Hillary Clinton's new afterword for her new book, or rather the new edition of her old book, What Happened. Of course, What Happened tells the story in Hillary Clinton's own words of why she thinks she lost the 2016 presidential election to amateur President Donald J. Trump. Now, the title of that video was Hillary Clinton Still Doesn't Know What Happened. Of course, the implication being that she's still 2 years later, and she's still over 2 years later, actually, and she still does not realize why she lost in 2016. Now, I got called out by a couple of people on Gab. A couple of my Gab followers called me out on that statement. They said, "Well, KC, you're wrong. Hillary knows exactly why she lost in 2016. Well, with all due respect, I am going to go ahead and just emphatically disagree with everybody that disagreed with me. Hillary Clinton has zero clue why she lost in 2016. Sure, she knows that she lost the Electoral College vote and President Trump won it in a landslide. That's why she's now talking about abolishing the Electoral College. That's why all leftists are now talking about abolishing the Electoral College. But she doesn't know why she lost the Electoral College. She doesn't know why most Americans voted against her, why a majority of Americans voted against her, because in her mind, a majority of Americans voted for her. She focuses, and all leftists, they're focusing on that number of the popular vote, the sheer amount of people that voted for her, and saying, well, that proves, the country wanted her. She's the most popular person. She won the popular vote. She needs to be the president, and Donald Trump stole the presidency from her, and so on and so forth. But when you look at the electoral map, the number of people that she won are all clustered in urban areas along the coasts, for the most part. There's some urban areas in the interior of the country as well, but for the most part, all of her support is in the coastal urban areas. Take Florida, for example. Florida, I think she won 9 counties out of the state of Florida, and it was the major urban areas for the most part. She won Miami-Dade County, she won, which is, of course, the city of Miami, and Fort Lauderdale and that sort of thing. She won Orange County and Osceola County, which encompasses Orlando, Hillsborough County, I believe, which is the city of Tampa. I believe she won up in Tallahassee as well. But those were the only places in the state that she won. If you look at the map, it's this big, huge sea of red with these little tiny dots of blue. And and what Hillary Clinton does not understand is why those people vote in those red areas, why so many of them voted against her. In her mind, she was, and in the mind of leftists, Hillary Clinton was the most qualified candidate. She was the only logical choice, and it was her turn to enjoy the presidency. See, ever since 2008, leftists have been trying to tell us that this country is a center-left country. I mean, at one time, that may have been where America was trending, because we did have, we did have, for the most part, we had a Democrat-controlled Congress and Senate, and then we also had a Democrat-controlled White House. So at one point in time, Democrats controlled everything, just like Republicans do now. So that may have been true at one point, but the country has has always been center right. Despite despite the Democrats controlling Congress pretty frequently, the country itself is center right, and the normal people that are not clustered in those urban areas found themselves caring a lot more about what President Trump had to say and the policies he was espousing rather than what Hillary Clinton was espousing. I mean, your average person wants to be able to find a good job. Your average person wants to not have their job taken away by somebody who doesn't belong in this country, and your average American wants health care that's affordable, and they want to be able to build a future for their kids. Democrats did not afford them those opportunities. Hillary Clinton was promising more of the Obama era policies that led to the disastrous situation that our country was in just 2 short years ago, and that's partly why most people in the country voted against Hillary Clinton, and why she lost the Electoral College. It wasn't just because President Trump ran a masterful campaign, although that was a large part of it. It's that the people in areas that Democrats usually considered pretty solid support, they felt that the Democrats had let them down, and that's why they voted against them. The other part of that is the fact that Hillary Clinton was just such a horrible, horrible candidate. And again, this is something that she does not realize. She thinks she is the most qualified person in the room, the smartest person in the room, the only one who can be president, who can do a good job of being president. She doesn't understand that most people don't like her, that she's a total bitch, because she doesn't deal with normal people on a daily basis. I would surmise that she hasn't dealt with normal people since she started her career in politics, and which, of course, spans decades. So she doesn't know how to interact with normal people at all, which is why you get these forced moments with supporters that we saw during the campaign. I mean, remember her just chilling in Cedar Rapids moment? Oh my God, that was talk about a cringeworthy campaign moment right there. I mean, it was just so wooden and inauthentic, and that's just one example of this sort of lack of personality. And then, of course, you had, Hillary Clinton screaming, "Why?" You might ask why I'm not 50 points ahead, and her basket of deplorables remark as well. And that is further illustration that Hillary Clinton has absolutely no connection to the common person. She doesn't realize that she is an inherently unlikable bitch, and that is another reason why she lost in 2016. I would submit that there's absolutely no way that Hillary Clinton can understand why she lost. For her, it all boils down to the numbers. The numbers in the popular vote were on her side. She should have won. Unfortunately, presidential elections, politics in general, it's not all about numbers. You need to be able to make a connection with people. Hillary wasn't able to do that. President Trump was and is able to do that and is well liked, and that is why he won in 2016 and Hillary Clinton lost in 2016, and that is what she does not understand. Guys, thanks so much for listening. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Do you think I'm right and Hillary Clinton just is incapable of understanding why she lost in 2016? Or do you think she does understand why she lost and she just doesn't care? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. As always, if you liked what you heard, leave a like and subscribe. Both of those things help me out quite a bit, and I will see you all next time.